common one?
Yep.
Sports. Basketball, baseball, football. I don't have any specific sport, I guess. Well, I do some weddings. I do some graduations I get a call to do a graduation, and I help people out. If people can't afford it, I just help them out. I can do the graduations and do a setup for them and stuff like that. And I do family reunions, and I've done some stuff for websites. Take pictures for the websites for their products. Well, I have a Nikon D300, and I have a Nikon D2H. They're both fast. They shoot about 8 shots a second when they're fully charged. So they're fast. They're very fast. I use them for sports.
Okay.
And I got a couple little cameras that I use for doing test shots. And they came out pretty good. I was really surprised. The color balance and stuff like that. I have 20 millimeter wide angle. I have a 28 to 70 2.8 and a 70 to 210 2.8. And then I have a 1.4 to put on that big 70 to 210 if I need to get that center fielder catching a ball up against the fence. Well, a 20 millimeter is a wide angle lens for the depth of field. It's wider and you can get closer to the subject. And the 28 to 70 is a zoom lens, so it goes from 28 millimeter to 70 millimeter, and it's a 2.8, which is the widest aperture that you can get most light into your camera. And it's the same thing with the 70. It starts out at 70 millimeter and it zooms out to 210. It brings them into 210, and then you put that 1.4 in there, so it's 1.4, which would make it 70 go to 140, 200 to 440. But then, and cameras in the digital and the DSL, most of them have a 1.5 magnification. If people don't know that, then they have because they shoot a group team shot, and if you don't leave the ends open, you'd make an enlargement, you're cutting off your ends. Unless you have a full frame camera, which they come out with now, they're a little bit more money, and that's like your regular 35 millimeter cameras. Tripods. I take my white card for white balance. It gives me my white balance. Don't take film anymore. I still have a film camera. I take disc cards. I have about 5-6 different cards. Then if I'm shooting different events, I mark the cards and put them in envelopes so I don't get them confused with each team if I'm shooting a different team. Because sometimes if I shoot a baseball tournament, there might be 5 games going on at the same time. So you want to shoot a game, shoot 2 or 3 innings at a game, and run over to another field. I got to switch cards. I got to go over to, and there's like 4 games going on at once. So I'm walking around these different fields, switching cards into my. But that's about it in my camera bag, and then paper and pen because I write down, take notes.